Hey, this is Tyler with TJack Survival. I have a whole bunch of field review videos of knives, but I don't have a lot of what I would call the tabletop review. So I'm gonna knock out a whole bunch of tabletop reviews to give you the specs and some close-ups of all of the knives that I demo. All right, stay tuned. This review is for the Bark River Bravo Squad Leader. Now, this is a meaty knife. First, real quick though, let's talk about the sheath. Something that's interesting that is in the back of these that I didn't initially know what it was for, these holes. What this is for is so that you can get a tech lock. It's TEK-LOK. That's this plastic thing that attaches to it with screws and opens and closes so that you can attach it to your belt. This was a military designed knife, or they had military in mind when they designed this knife. The only negative that I'm going to say about this sheath is I don't like to have buttons right there where they can get cut. Now this one rotates so you can get it out of the road, but knowing me, I'm sure I'm just going to chop that off one of these days. Yes, you can rotate around to the front, but then it won't reach. So it is designed to grab right underneath there, which most sheaths do. Personally, I like not to have that there. But again, just know to rotate that out of the road before you pull it out, or you might cut that little knob right over there, that little strap off. A positive for this sheath is they gave me a place to put my striker. I really hate getting sheaths without a place to put the striker. The reason being is if you don't want to carry a striker, just cut it off. That way you have an option. But if you do want to have a striker, they left you a place to hold this little flint striker. This knife, so we can move into the knife, a positive thing about this knife is it has the capacity, meaning a solid 90-degree angle, to throw some sparks with the striker. Okay? It is a meaty knife. It's pretty, what I would call stereotypical in the blade design, but it's a hefty, just awesome knife. I'm sure you could just beat the crap out of this thing, and I'm sure that's why they made it that way, because I've seen what soldiers do to blades. So this is an A2 steel, a full tang, has the black micarta scales on it. This has two options in the back for a lanyard, one down here for a leather strap or whatever, and one for 550 cord or whatever you want to push through there. I like that. You can choke up on the blade pretty substantially, get a good control, which is good for cutting, making all the parts of a figure 4 trap or some sort of other type of deadfall and whatever. It's nice to do intricate work if you're maybe hollowing out a spoon or anything like that. But then the meatiness of this knife gives you the ability to choke up on that. Let me stick. Choke up on that and do the chest lever. Chest lever is I'm facing the blade towards me, I've got my stick and I put them together like this, and then I just pull my shoulder blades together. It'll chop that stick right off. As you can see, that's like a sheer, sharp, beautiful cut, okay? The technique gives me a lot of pull, and this incredibly sharp blade gives me the ability to do crazy fine work, okay? So as you can tell, wow, that's awesome. Squirrel. All right, as you can tell, it comes right from the factory, ready to do the job. All right, the reason why that cuts so well is because it's a convex ground blade. Convex is essentially it consistently drops to the point, which gives it about 300% more strength. What I mean by that is if I have forward, or if I had a lateral force from here, it pushes back. If I have lateral force from here, it pushes back. And that makes it really hard to roll the blade. Okay, there's no micro bevels on these. So that's part of what is hard to make these is the fact that that has to be done by hand. So anyway, enough about this. If you're interested in it, I'm going to leave a link in the bottom. You can go check it out. It was very intelligent in the way that it was built. This is a super meaty, robust knife. You're going to have a hard time doing anything damaging to it. But the cool thing is, they do warranty against stupid. Whew, it's for you Marines, okay? They do warranty against stupid. So if you do chip something, bust something up, or mess it up, they'll replace it. And they have what we're gonna lovingly call the spa treatment, which is, let's say you've used it for a year or two, you've uglied it up really bad, you just want it to be nice brush polished, send it back to them. It's 40 bucks, and it's not a warranty type of issue, but they will fix up your blade and make it look good as new. And just between you and me, if you've got some other knife that you don't like to grind on and you want to add a convex ground to it, send it to them. And if I recall, don't quote me on this, it too is $40, and they will put your blade shape into the same shape as these blades and give them that extra field strength. Now, while I'm thinking about it, a lot of people ask me how to sharpen that. Okay, you do it with a leather strop. You use what we call black magic, which is basically like a grease and grit combination. There's black and green and white and different versions of it. I just use the black because if I do recall, it's a 300 grit. I don't need 8,000 grit. I just need to be sharp enough for the feel. I don't need to like see my face in it. You can see your face in it if you want, but I just use the black. Lay it on a hard surface, scrape it back 10 times, 9, 9, 8, 8, all the way down to 1, 1, 1. And you will have your blade sharp as a razor literally in the field every day. All right, so that was the Squad Leader made by Bark River. It is an A2 steel. Let me check. Yes, it is an A2 steel. I'm going to leave links for this down in my comment section. If you got any questions about it, please shoot them to me. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and thank you for watching TJack Survival.